Everyone. You have a special thing happening today where we are going to talk about furniture painting business. And today I have Tracey Belle on with us. I think you might know who she is. She's a whimsical furniture painter at Tracey's Fancy. So
I'm just hesitating, Emily, because it says chatting with Vicki Watkins up at the top.
It shouldn't. I have it all right.
I don't know. Mine does. That's okay. It's okay.
Okay, mine says the right thing.
Okay, good.
And I'm Emily Reagan. I'm usually the girl behind the scenes, not doing this. So bear with us for a second. So we wanted to come into the group. We were invited in the group today to talk about how a VA has helped Tracey with her online furniture painting business. So you guys have any questions about this, let us know. We'd love to know where you are in your business. If you are offering your services online, selling paint online, selling furniture online, or maybe you're just a brick and mortar and this is an area where you would like to grow. So we're here to help you and answer your questions and share a little bit of our story of our working relationship and how we have gotten Tracey to be where she's at.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, I'm super excited that Dixie Belle asked us to do this because I know how much it helps. How much we have helped each other in growing our businesses. And I just want the world to know that this is out there. And a lot of people don't even know this is a possibility.
I get questions all the time. I do. And that's just what I love representing Dixie Belle. This is why one of the reasons that I do is because they do want everyone to grow, not just their brand ambassadors or their content creators, but they're super supportive behind their retailers as well. And they are very, very supportive of the end user. So there are so many people that are in these groups that are really learning and enjoying and painting and just like rocking it and ready to take what they had seen as a hobby to the next level, to a business level. And then they get a little bit lost in that area of what do I do now? So I think this is a great idea. And ask away, Emily, just lead the way and I'll share with you.
Okay, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone to try to see if there's any comments. So, but I want you to keep talking because I'm listening.
Okay.
But no, I mean, just in general. So Tracey, can you tell everybody a little bit of where you were in your business when we met about, was it 3.5 years ago, maybe?
Almost 4, yeah. Almost 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I had a great business going. I had a great thing going. I've been taking custom orders for painted furniture for about 11 years. And it started with a Facebook post by my daughter-in-law that she had been asking me for quite some time to do, but I was too nervous. I didn't know how to put a price on it. I didn't know how to ask people for money. I was embarrassed. I thought I would put something out there and no one would want it. And my family just kept saying, you've been doing this for years for other people. You really need to share this. I wasn't even on Facebook at the time. I didn't even have a Facebook account, much less Instagram or anything like that. And my daughter-in-law did. And I painted a set of bedroom furniture for their new baby, which was my first grandchild. And without me knowing, she posted that bedroom set. And by the end of that month, I probably had, I'm not kidding, probably 6 months worth of orders. A lot.
My goodness.
Of bedroom sets. There weren't very many people doing online furniture painting and sales at that time. So I really have her to thank for that. And very, very quickly thereafter, we started an Etsy shop because Etsy was the place that people were doing online business because Facebook really wasn't a going thing at that point. It was just starting, So we started an Etsy shop. She opened it. We did not have a clue what we were doing. And I didn't have the time to figure it out. I just said, you figure it out. You started this, you figure it out. I have orders and I've got to find furniture and I have to paint. So that's what I did from that moment until I met you, Emily, about 4 years ago. So for about 7 years, I just was scrambling. I mean, just flying by the seat of my pants and just all I knew to do was keep creating, just create, paint in the garage, 24/7, sleeping on the floor in the garage, not kidding, painting until I fall asleep. Just killing myself. I mean, really, really killing myself. And in the interim, my daughter-in-law moved on to do something else. I was trying to do it by myself. I didn't know how to do anything at all. I didn't know how to, I did know how to work Facebook at that time, and I did know how to work Instagram, but I didn't know how to work it in a way to grow my business. And I was just floundering, really. It's a little bit embarrassing now when I look back on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like, I laugh at it. I did take on a business partner for 2 years, and she, at the time, was like, okay, we should probably start a blog. And I liked the idea, but I didn't even have time to write it, which now is one of my favorite things to do. But at the time, I didn't even have time. I let her write it, and her style really didn't match my writing style. And anyway, then she moved on, and I was back by myself again. Yeah. And that's about when you came into the picture.
Now, when I met you, how many pieces of furniture were you painting a week?
Large pieces, about 6.
Oh my gosh.
Like dressers, chest of drawers, beds, buffets, china cabinets, about 6 a week.
I don't even know how you could keep up with that. And then the like admin side of your business.
It was
like orders
possible. So what happened was, because I was trying to keep up with the orders, I did not grow my online business. And it's really put me behind as far as social media numbers go. As far as I've been in it, and as long as I've been in it, my numbers don't really reflect that, because I was so lost doing these huge amounts of orders, where the people that have come along later were smarter, and they might have done less and grew their social media at the same time. And I never did that. And but there are lots of ladies and men out there that are pumping out furniture in that amount still right now. Right now, they're doing it. They're doing it, and they probably don't have the time to do all the things.
Or the know-how to make sure it's effective. If you're going to take the effort to share your content, how can you do it in a way where it actually gets seen and helps you? Because you're taking time away from something you should be doing. Now, if you don't mind me sharing this, you were kind of hung up on that you were behind. You knew you needed to be on social media. You knew you were failing at that. And I had to kind of come in there and just say, we got this. Like, we're going to start super low, but it's going to be worth it. And now look where we are, almost 4 years later. It was not easy, and it took time, but you just hit 10,000 on Instagram. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it seemed like it took forever. And now once there, now it's going really fast. Yeah. Now I'm like almost to 12, and that happened quickly, like really quickly. So, now it's, I think forever you've said it's starting to snowball. It's time to be like, I'm so tired of hearing about the dang snowball.
Yeah. The snowball is melting.
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't easy. It took a lot of time. And I just want to go ahead and throw out this tip right now to people. Start on social media. Don't wait. There's never going to be a good time. Take pictures. Start playing around. It does not have to be perfect. I did this in my own business. I was so busy promoting my clients. I wasn't promoting myself, and I didn't get my Instagram going until April of this year. And I know better. I do it for my clients. So, just take this advice and just start doing it now. That's really a good lesson. And don't compare it when if you feel behind, because everybody's in a different point. Everybody joined social media when it was operating at a different tempo. So don't hesitate. So, okay, let's share. I feel like I could just talk to you all day about this, but let's share about how you and I really got together.
I had always been a big fan of Jennifer Allwood. She really was into the social media game. She had done a faux painting business. I knew business level wise, we kind of were in the same playing field as far as how much work we were doing and how long we had been doing it and how much work we were doing. But she was so ahead of the game as far as social media, so ahead. And she was just in this golden spot, and she was so good at it. And she was just taking the bull by the horns and just doing it. And I admired her so much for that. And, but I really never understood how she was doing all the things. And then she started sharing her business secrets, and that she wasn't doing it alone. She wasn't by herself. And so we met and we became friends. And one night I was in my garage, literally in my garage in tears, like just exhausted. And I got a message from her on my phone. Just got a message. And she said, you need to do this. And I was like, Jennifer, I can't. I can't. I don't have the time. And she said, you need a VA. And I was like, what's a VA? Like, I didn't even know. What does that mean? And she told me that you need a VA. This is what you need. You need to let go. You've got to let go of the reins. I know it's hard, but you cannot do it all by yourself. If you want to grow, you need help.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, where do I find one of those things? One of those VAs. And she said, I have a girl that you would probably work well with. Let me give you her information, or I'm going to email her and copy you and do an introduction, and then I'll step out. And I said, okay, thanks. Okay. I came running into the house, told Matt, oh my gosh, she just gave me this nugget for nothing. Like, she just said, do this. And I'd be crazy not to do it. So I responded to Emily, and I was terrified. Emily, I was terrified to take you on and to have to pay you. Like, well, I'm going to have to pay someone to work with me. I was terrified to do that, but
yeah, I think that's normal.
I ever did.
So when we started out, you were coming in a place where you had just had a new website and you were overwhelmed by the new website. The typical thing that happens with a client for me is they have this beautiful website built, and then the website guy leaves them in the dirt.
Yep.
And, they're on to the next project. They're not really good with the maintenance and the follow up. And it's overwhelming when you're inside the dashboard of WordPress. And so I kind of picked you up, and not like this, but kind of, and I said, we got it. And we just started checking, and we started slowly. And I think a lot of people are scared of the VA because, yeah, that can be a big expense. But if you are purposeful with what tasks you give them and start small, it's doable. And you just have to know that not everything is going to make you money right away. When you hire a VA to help you, you're helping them grow your business in the long term. So I think one of the first things we did was kind of like figure out what's going on with your website. And
that was our main focus for a long time. You gave me little nuggets what to do with social media, and you said, you run with that, you do that. I've got a lot of mess to clean up here with this website. So for anyone that's listening right now, as a furniture painter, sign maker, wreath maker, whatever you are, whatever you're creative, whatever it is, if you have a little seed that's in your heart, talking to your brain, saying, you can do this, you have the things, you can do this as a side gig, you can do this. I'm just saying to you right now, look for help as fast as you can. Even when you don't know how you would pay that person, just step out in this leap of faith that if you believe in yourself and you believe in whatever product it is that you're doing, find someone that knows, a VA that knows what they're doing, not someone who's going to learn alongside you, but someone who's done it, who's helped others. Check them out and get them to give you some direction, because you're a creative. You may not have great direction. You're like pinging all over the place. So a VA that can give you some direction. Emily gave me direction. I focused on my social media finally and created, and she fixed my website, which was huge in the meantime. And then we would just keep peeling away the layers. That's what we did. And that's what we are still doing.
Yeah. And we'll go into more of exactly what we did over on Tracey's page on Monday, October 21st. We're going to do an office hours with some steps that you can do. And I don't want to get into this now, but I want you to know that there is a ton a VA can do. And we did start off, blogging regularly, doing emails regularly. And we had a purpose for everything we did. And we were very careful about where we put those human resources. Because it's not like Tracey was a giant pot of money right at that time.
Actually quite the opposite. My husband's business had closed. They had closed it in 2008 with the big crash, and he had an oil business, a small oil company, and oil and gas. And I was our only source of income. All that furniture, all those 6 pieces a week, that's what we were living on. We were in survival mode. So to take on an employee when we were just trying to make our car payment that month and put food on the table, literally, that was scary. But it still was a leap of faith, and it was the best thing I've ever done.
And I think that a good lesson in business, and people may have heard this, you may not have heard this, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to spend your time doing the things that grow and make your business you. So Tracey, even though she can and, you could easily do any of the things I was doing. It probably would have taken you 3 times as longer, but Tracey needed to be focusing on the things that made her brand. And that was painting furniture.
Content.
Yes, content, sharing her tips and all of that. And so I was able to come and do a lot of time-saving tasks, money-saving tasks, and or not money-saving, money-making tasks. And that is really what a true entrepreneurial, a true business owner will do. You won't get stuck in the nitty-gritty. And everyone you see online has a team. Almost everybody does. So don't be fooled. Yeah, don't think anybody's doing it themselves. Even in my own business, I have people.
Yes, if they're doing it and they're doing it successfully, and things seems like ultra organized and mainstreamed and all, there's help. They're the face. Yes. They're the person that you see, but there's help going on in the background.
Totally. And that's okay to have help.
Yes.
And it is scary to hire someone on and have that, what am I trying to say? That cost, that like payroll cost. But if we do it in a way where with Tracey, I just did 4 hours a month. And then I started, kind of creeping up on you. I'm like, okay, we need to do more. We need to do more. And luckily we had built enough trust. We started out early. I knew she was going to pay me if I did the work. I knew you weren't going to screw me. You knew I wasn't going to screw you. It was just a good relationship in that regard. But we just started off with those small little chunks. And every time I hit 4 hours, I billed you. And you can find a VA, just really quickly, you could find a VA between $10 an hour and up to like 50. It just depends on their skill level. And at the time, I was a lot cheaper.
You were.
I was a lot cheaper. And I just had it in my heart to help you because I loved working with you. I loved your branding. I loved your photos. I loved what you were doing. And I believed in you. And it was so easy to help you. And you have one of the things that I require from all of my clients, and that's just good photos. You had really good photos that were worth, I could help you online virtually from across the country because you had good photos and I could work with that. And that is just like a little nugget out there for everybody.
Little nugget. Yeah. That's a nugget, because a lot of people do say, what can I do? I want to sell my things. I'm like, okay, well, send me some pictures. Then I'm like, that's probably where we need to start.
Yep.
Your photos. They're important.
Yeah. I start that everywhere with my clients. But even if you are painting pieces now, start building that inventory of good photos because you can turn it into content later.
And paint the process. Photograph the process.
Yes.
The end result.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've been able to grow Tracey's email list from, I think when I got with you, it was like, I should be better and document it. You had about 80 people. You were under 100.
I don't know.
And you didn't even know where those people were.
I didn't even know what an email. I knew I was supposed to have an email list, that many years ago, but I was like, I don't even know. What do you do with that? I don't know what to do with that.
And now, can you tell everyone where you're at now? Just as motivation?
No, honestly, I can't right now. Laura updates me. She does
5.
5.
Yeah, you're over $5,000. I don't know if you're closer to 6.
I was thinking we're closer to 6,500. So
okay,
big difference. Yeah. She update Laura. I have multiple people now who help me, and Laura's the one who does that, and she keeps me updated monthly. So, but it changes, and it's changing rapidly every day.
But it has taken us 4 years to get here and grow your email list and be strategic about everything. And everything Tracey's doing painting wise, it's just all intentional. Like, this is our end goal, was to grow her email list and have people to market to later and share content with. It's not just about selling. It's about sharing blogs and sharing on Pinterest, and it all kind of comes together. But Tracey didn't have the vision for that at the time.
No more floundering. We're not floundering anymore. I floundered for 7 years. There's no more floundering.
But there's always new challenges. But I think what we also want to tell people is Tracey was not paying Facebook a dime. This
No,
is all Tracey
never.
using her intellectual property to grow her business. Like everything in here, everything in her heart grew her business to over 5,000 people. It wasn't not paying for these. It's important to know. Everyone thinks they need to throw money down at Facebook, and you don't. But it could go quicker.
No, and Facebook, I think my Facebook is up to almost 30,000 on Facebook.
Good. Yeah. And now we are running a like ad for you. I mean, now we have some stuff going on in the background that we weren't doing 4 years ago, but it took time to get there and to understand.
And so now, you just said a term that so many people are not even going to know what that is. Like you said, I ran a like ad, and they're going to be like, "What? What is?"
Oh yeah, I'm glad you stopped me there.
Talk about later, but
yeah. But this is why you want to get someone who knows what they're doing, because it's too much to know on your own. Mm-hmm. And not only could somebody help you online, if you have assistant in your area, I mean, what a big help could that be for you? Prepping and priming furniture and delivering furniture. I mean, that could just free up so much more time for you to create and do what you're good at.
I have had assistants over the years, definitely. Even in those beginning 7 years, I actually had a second prepper, primer, sander kind of person for a long time. I've had multiple people help, but I don't even need that anymore. I don't need a person here doing that anymore, because I'm not pumping furniture out at that level, but I'm making way more money. So I'm working smarter instead of harder. And so that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, for sure.
An online business doesn't mean you have to be pumping out all those pieces. Now, do I still need to create content every single week? Yes, absolutely. I'm working hard. I still work very hard. I work, 70 hours a week, easy. But it's because I'm in the middle of growing right now online, and I'm doing furniture painting, and my business has morphed into another business as well. So I have 2 different businesses, and I'm open to other things as I grow online. The opportunities are endless. And this all started, y'all, just from painting furniture for friends and family. And that's what I want to, my point that I want to get across to those people in the groups that are sharing their work. And I see your work. Your work is beautiful. You're doing beautiful things. And you may not be a brick and mortar. You may not be a business owner. You just love what you're doing. And you're just sitting on a gold mine. You really are. You just need to hook up with someone who knows how to help you grow.
Yeah. And even if it's just helping you get found in your local area with a few simple Google tactics, maybe it's opening an Etsy shop. I know I throw out a lot of big words sometimes, but there are just little things a VA could help you do that can help you turn your hobby into a business and start making decent income from your skill and reaching more people, helping more people with your talent. So if you had to, where would you go? What's your best recommendation for where you would find a VA to help you with a business?
Should we let them know if anyone's asking anything that I can't see that we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. We're getting a lot of highs. We're getting a lot of people saying hi, and this is really good information. So no specific questions yet. Otherwise, I would interject.
Okay. So what was the last question that you asked me?
Where's the best place to find a VA?
Well, there's a couple different things that you can do. One is you can check with someone that you know in a furniture painting business or any type of online business. Any type, it needs to be online, because we're not talking about an assistant, that's going to be local for you. So any type of online business, ask them if they have a helper, if they have someone that's assisting them, and would they mind sharing that information like Jennifer Allwood did, because Emily worked for Jennifer, and that was a beautiful hookup. Maybe their VA doesn't have room to take on any more clients, but they might know other VAs in the same industry, so they can check. Maybe they would be able to hook you up. Emily is no longer a VA, but she runs her own VA business now. She runs her own firm and trains VAs and trains women to do this, and then also hooks up business owners and VAs together. So you can reach out to Emily. You can reach out to some of the Facebook groups and ask in there. Or you can look for something. You can do what Emily calls homegrown, which I am working with a girl right now who is a young girl that but went to college, was a cheerleader at Texas Tech with my daughter. They were roommates, and she just recently got married and moved, and she was looking for a job. And she mentioned something to Haley about, would your mom ever want any help? And I thought, wow, she really has the qualities that I look for because she's my 6th person to work with me right now, currently. So, she has the qualities of these girls that have stuck it out with me. So Emily and Laura and Deb and Haley, and we've got another new one coming on, and then Chelsea. So she is very type A, very systematic, very devoted, very passionate, loyal, trustworthy, smart, driven, self-driven, self-motivated. She has all of that, and I knew that about her. So she's my little homegrown girl right now, and I love her. She's doing a fantastic job, and she will be actually taking Emily's course so that she can, because she's never done anything like this ever. But I knew she was interested, and I know she has the skills. So just be open to it. Just be open to it. Just start networking and researching. They're not going to always fall into your lap like by the grace of God, Emily did. That doesn't always happen. That's rare.
Yeah, it really is. So I do have a VA crash course if you have somebody you want to put through the course, and I teach everything I know about digital marketing and get somebody up and running quickly. But what Tracey said about posting in Facebook groups and networking with friends and other business owners is just, it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. You're going to get the best referrals that way.
Yeah. It's no different than looking for, someone who's looking for a good housekeeper. You don't want just anyone coming into your home. And I'm not comparing a VA to a housekeeper or vice versa. I'm just saying that there's someone who works tight with you in a very intimate space that you have a lot of pride over. And you don't want anyone in your business like that. And so you want someone that comes with a good referral that you can trust. And that you can depend on, right? So it's really no different than that. And how do you find a housekeeper? You ask your friends and family. You ask around people that use them. So,
as a military wife, like I move a ton, and I don't have time to vet everything. So word of mouth is golden. If I get 2 people that say the same thing, I'm like, done. I'm going there. I'm spending no more time on this. I'm going straight to what people say. And but you have to be open to the idea. So I hope this Facebook just puts a little bit of insight into your head about how this really works online if you are thinking about growing, and just know that this is out there. People don't even know. I didn't even know I was a VA. Jennifer kept calling me a VA. I'm like, what's that? I was a freelancer. And so the more people I feel like we can tell about this, we can help people either get hired as VAs or find a good VA that will help them grow, because life is too short to be stressed out.
You don't have to have, Emily's education happens to fall into this. Her degree happens to fall into this industry quite easily, but it doesn't have to, it doesn't have to. In fact, someone I think just asked a good question.
What was that?
It says, what if a VA is new but trained through a course? Are they still worth giving them a chance?
I feel like, for sure.
Absolutely. And has every person that's come along that we've tried to implement into an aspect of my business worked? No. Have we had to say thank you, but no thank you? Yes. But yes, everybody deserves a chance. And just because they didn't work well with my group doesn't mean that they aren't going to work well with someone else's group, So absolutely.
And VAs can start in one little sphere. You could have, like me, when I started with Jennifer Allwood, I was doing her Pinterest. I helped her grow her Pinterest. And then she kept, and I was hungry about it and very driven and educated myself because I wanted to know more, but I kept expanding into more and more areas and took more and more off her plate. And that's how that became. So if you have somebody like Tracey's Chelsea, who is homegrown, get them to take over your Pinterest. And if they can take a course and understand the big picture, even better. And if they just, even if they take a course in Pinterest, that's okay. I really like my course, of course, because it's teaching
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. And that's what people are lacking out there. And I'm filling a big hole because people, it's everything we've done for you for 4 years is basically what my course is.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be somebody with experience, because if somebody's really experienced, they're really expensive. And that's just not always realistic.
It's not, especially for someone who's working out of their garage and has never hired anyone to do anything. They're not going to want to hire someone for $35 an hour. It's just not even feasible. It doesn't make any sense. So I like that. I like what you said. That's good. Someone else just
you can also Oh, no, but I just want to say really quick, you can also do an internship. If you really, really need help, you could do a social media internship and get somebody to help you with your Instagram and see how that goes. I mean, you could get what you pay for. But
I see that people do that in groups, and they have people and they put up, oh, I need help with this. It's not a paying job, but if you want the experience, and I'm like, I can't. That is that's not my personality. I cannot ask someone to work for me for free. I can't do that. But there's people out there just willing to do it for the experience.
Well, you want to be able to say, I have helped somebody with Instagram, and you go from there. It's on that VA to take the courses and learn. I actually got my first job out of college. I don't know if I told you this. I volunteered, and I wrote I wrote for the newspaper, and I wrote feature articles, and I wrote 4, and then they hired me, and I didn't even know they were going to have an opening. But when that opening came, I was the first hired. So so Wendy's asking if you need a website before hiring a VA. No, you definitely do not have to have a website. Your VA could actually help you manage and get that going.
Your VA could get that up and going for you. I mean, she's probably, the likelihood that she's a website developer or designer is probably slim, but she should be able to help you get there, or get the right person that you need, and then help you along with that.
Or even like take that part off your plate if the communication is going well, and be able to help design the website and craft the message on it and do some of that. Like, I think I would have a field day doing that for a client if I understood their branding. But a VA could really help you make sales through social media, start an Etsy shop, just all kinds of things. It doesn't have to necessarily be a blog and a website.
Right.
So thank you for that question. That was a really good question. And I feel like we're probably missing a lot of areas right now. And I apologize. I'm no professional here. But if you do have a question, Tracey and I will jump back in the group and help you out. And I really want you to know that Tracey and I are doing office hours with 5 things I helped her to grow her business with October 21st. So follow the link and go over to Tracey's page and give her a like. You won't miss it. And you could catch the replay over there. And that will be more for the person who's ready for the next step.
Right.
And right now, we just want to put that idea in your head. Like, I have a talent. I know how to paint. I know how to DIY. This could be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, Tracey, I want to do a lightning round before we go.
Okay.
And give everyone.
What does lightning round mean?
Like quick answers.
Okay. Oh.
You don't need to expound on it too much, but just, what is your favorite social media?
Instagram.
Why? So that's not a lightning round when I ask why, but why?
I don't know. It's like when you find your husband and someone says, why? And I'm like, I don't know. It just feels right.
I think for furniture painters,
some people hate Instagram. My mom, she much prefers Facebook. I get it. But I love Instagram.
Good. I do too. I do too. And I'm so surprised by that.
Perspective, what makes me money? Facebook.
Yeah.
Thank you, Facebook. But for Tracey and just Tracey's world, if I ever get to just peruse social media, which isn't very often, it's Instagram.
Yeah. What's your least favorite social media?
Can you say Pinterest is a social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So Pinterest, because why? I know nothing about it, and it's overwhelming. It's too big. And I don't use it very often. And it makes me actually the most money, pushes more business and followers to my website than any other social media. So I should want to be married to it. But it overwhelms me.
I got to tell a quick story. I'm so bad at lightning rounds. I knew who Tracey was because I was doing Pinterest for a zillion other clients, and I kept coming across this amazing furniture. And it was this yellow china hut she did with the shattered glass in the background and the different tones of yellow. And I loved it. And I didn't even really know I liked yellow or have a design style or anything. And I just kept coming across this. And I was like, who is this chick? Her pins suck. They weren't done right at all. And we can go into more of that later in other trainings.
So
but
God,
when I found out that was you, when Jennifer hooked me up with you and that was your piece, I was like, ooh, we're going to have fun.
They were so broken.
Pinterest, yeah, messed up. But now it's up to 18,000 followers. Can you believe that? I wish I was better at documenting your starting stats, but yeah. So, and it's
let's just say 0.
It was mom, grandma, and daughters.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. When do you find time to write your blog?
Oh, I try to batch write. Like people, do you know what that is? It's like batch cooking. So, you know, I batch cook. So I eat very healthy and I do a lot of my cooking on Sunday, and that's what gets me through the very busy week. So I try to batch write as well. And Mondays are a day that I don't have one live video. I do live videos every day of the week. Mondays are a day that I don't have live videos, and I try very hard to never schedule them on Mondays because that's my admin day. It's a day where I sit my butt on the couch with my computer in my lap and I write. I answer emails. I write, try to get my blogs written, try to get ahead. So
yeah, Monday. You're good at that. You put on your CEO hat, you get to work, and then you go paint and have fun later.
And I love to write blogs.
Yeah. It's fun. You've really come into your own voice and your own message, and we could just talk forever about that. Yeah. What's your favorite piece of furniture to paint?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Oh, armoires.
Yeah. You like the really
big, lots of open opportunity armoires.
What is you can only pick one, top Dixie Belle paint color right now?
Right now? It's changed.
Oh, it has it? Ooh.
5. Yeah, I have a top 5.
Okay, let's do 5. I'll keep it easy on you.
Oh, you want to do my 5? Well, I'm going to say the one right now.
Okay,
go.
My
top 5 I talk about all the time, but I actually am really honed in on one right now that I'm really just yearning to use all the time, and it's Plum Crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is. I saw somebody in my neighborhood who had a door painted that color.
Oh, yeah.
It was gorgeous. It was gray and then that like deep purple.
Plum Crazy with black wax. That's where my heart is right now.
What has been the hardest thing about being a business leader of your team? How do I ask that question?
Yeah.
What was a surprising challenge about finding yourself in charge of the team?
Letting go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Letting go. Letting go of the reins and not delegating. I have a problem being bossy, but actually I'm pretty trustworthy too, but letting go and let someone else do the things for me in different areas. That was the hardest at first. Now, no problem.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know how I will ever go back. If I ever had to go back, I would just quit. I don't have a desire to ever do it by myself again, ever.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you for not quitting, because I know you have way too much good in you to share, and I have just believed in you every step of the way, and it has been such a pleasure working with you, and I'm just so proud of you.
I've wanted to quit so many times.
Yeah. Gosh, I feel like we need a part 2 and 3 of this. But for now, if you have questions about the next couple of steps for building an online business, what you should do next, pop over to Tracey's page, give her a like, and we'll follow up with you October 21st. If you have any other questions, let us know in the group. Can't thank you enough for joining us, and Dixie Belle for having us.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Dixie Belle.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye. Done.
Are we done? Yeah. Yay. Are you sure? It says offline.
What?
It says offline.
Yeah, we are. I'm just being funny. Okay. I hope that was helpful.
So what was the deal? You put your other 30-minute one in, and you said it didn't do as well as they hoped. So what do you mean? You put it where? Because I know she shared it in the little